Hi, this is Anthony, the Chief of Staff at the Appliance Doctor, and thank you for joining us for episode number 14 at the ApplianceDoctor-TV.com. And I'll tell you what, it's 32 years we celebrating the Appliance Doctors, and you know that's an unbelievable amount of time to be successful in business, and it's all because of my customers, you guys, because you've really supported me for 32 years, and I do appreciate the love you're showing the doctor, and also I hope that we can continue for another 32 years to give you great service, and I hope that's what you're getting, great service. And if you're not getting great service, I'd like to hear from you. Now, in that time, I did a little research and found 285 companies, appliance companies from Manhattan and Westchester went out of business. So that means people with warranties, they mean nothing. And the fact is that if you had a warranty from the Appliance Doctor, you know you can call us and we'll be there, and hopefully we'll be there for another 32 years. And again, I want to thank all my customers. Hey, did you hear the news? Andy Pettitte is coming back to the Yankees. That's great, because I'm a big Yankee fan, and I love Andy Pettitte. He's got so much heart. He's just so competitive that you gotta love somebody who has the talent and has the heart and wants the ball in the big game, regardless what sport it's in. You know, that shows what a true champion is. And good luck to the Yankees this year with Andy Pettitte, and also good luck to the Mets, our crosstown rivals, who, you know what, I'm a New Yorker. I love both teams. I want to see both teams do good. And you know what, I'll tell you what, I used to play a little ball myself, baseball and a little basketball, but more baseball. And I was just working out at the gym this morning, and so, you know, I'm looking at the elliptical, and it talks about heart rate. Now, maybe somebody out there could send me an email at drx313@aol.com explaining to me what heart rate, what percentage of heart rate should you work at. It says that you have to take 220 minus your age, and that's your heart rate. And you want to try to hit that. Well, what happens if you only hit 65% of that number or 80%? Could somebody just please send me an email and explain to me a little more? I would really appreciate it. And we'll see you on the couch with the doctor. Okay, we're going to do a little maintenance. And with summer coming, we have to prepare to make sure that our refrigerator runs efficiently throughout the whole summer. And the way you do that is, if you have a refrigerator like this, either your coils are underneath or they're on the back wall. If they're on the back wall, then you really don't have to worry about it. There's not enough dust accumulating that will create a problem. But if your coils are underneath, then what you really need to do is take the kick plate off and get under there with a vacuum and clean as much dust as you can off of there. See, refrigerators need to breathe, and it has a fan in the back that blows air out the front and gets rid of all the warm air. And if you walk by your refrigerator in the summer, you'll feel the heat on your legs, and that means your refrigerator is working good and it's doing its job. But you need to keep that clean, because what happens if the coils are clogged, the air goes back and sits with the compressor and overheats. Now, if you have a built-in Sub-Zero, KitchenAid, Viking, Bosch, Thermador, your compressor unit is going to be at the top. And everybody knows heat rises, so if your compressor's sitting up here, in the first place, it's very hot up there. Now, if you have a dirty coil up there, then forget it. What you're going to cause is your compressor to burn out and overheat and then burn out, and then you're going to spend a few $1,000s to fix it. Now, on Sub-Zeros, most of them have 2 compressors. So do you want 2 compressors to go bad this year? I don't think so. So what you need to do is at least once a year, and I recommend on the built-in twice a year, is to get up there with a wet cloth and clean your coils off. But if you can't do that and you have a problem, then we'll come with our vacuums, we'll come with our pressure, and we'll clean them off for you. Well, I hope you enjoyed that part of the show. Now, I do have an announcement to make, because I was a few shows back, I was talking about a fundraiser that we were doing, and we did move the fundraiser back to October now. It's going to be for Hope for the Warriors. That's a nationwide organization that raises money, and from what I'm reading about it and talking to the people about, is that 95% of anything we donate goes to the actual cause to help the veterans. I don't know if anybody saw the Magic Johnson story. It's called The Announcement. It's on ESPN now. And if you didn't see it, you need to see it. Magic Johnson was a basketball player for the Los Angeles Lakers who came down with the HIV virus. And it was a really touching story, and how he dealt with making the announcement and retiring from professional basketball. There were people that supported him, his wife, Pat Riley, Larry Bird, and then there was people who, when he decided he wanted to make a comeback, that didn't want to be on the same court with him. But he did meet a woman, Elizabeth Glazer, who was married to an actor in the Starsky and Hutch show, and she had gotten the HIV virus through a blood transfusion when she was pregnant with her daughter Ariel. Well, Ariel in 1988 died, and she met Magic, and she told Magic, listen, you have to be the face of this horrible disease. You have to be and make people know there are no drugs for kids. Okay, there were drugs at that time for grown-ups to fight the AIDS virus, but there was none for kids. So Magic went with it. He brought out awareness. Just in him making that announcement, he brought out awareness, but it also helped Magic recover, and from being depressed, and made him the face of this horrible disease. So with that, the $500 check this month is going to go to the Elizabeth Glazer Pediatric AIDS Foundation. And I know all of us, I know myself, I had a family member died from a blood transfusion back in the 80s, didn't know what happened, just went in the hospital and he died, and we found out later on it was called AIDS. But everybody knows people who has been hit with this horrible disease, so this month's check will go to the Elizabeth Glazer. And by the way, Elizabeth Glazer died in 1994. So with that, I hope you enjoyed the show. We'll see you next month. Remember, the Appliance Doctors, 1-800-339-0353. And if you get a chance, watch that Magic Johnson special, The Announcement. Thank you. See you next month.